The very first time I went to America in my entire life, it was 2004, and we went to Florida, me and my whole family, to do the Disneyland theme parks. We stayed at the Comfort Suites. Best holiday of my life. I remember it was the first time I tried Froot Loops. At the hotel, they had like a bunch of cereals. I tried Froot Loops and I loved it. They tasted so good, all the different colors. And then when we got back to England, I was like, Mum, I want some Froot Loops. Please get me some Froot Loops. She gets some. And they just tasted so different. I was so confused. I was like, why don't they taste the same? And then my mum was like, oh, yeah, a lot of the American foods that you get over there, the versions over here aren't the same. And it just made me think, why? Why don't we get the same exact things that you guys do if it's the same product?
Food that's banned in Europe and not banned here, it's an embarrassment as an American. I really don't understand it.
Europe allows about 400 food additives. In the US, it's over 10,000. The US is using a risk-based approach, while Europe is using a precautionary principle. So this basically means that the US generally allows ingredient until it's proven unsafe. In contrast to Europe, where an ingredient is banned or restricted until it is proven safe.
America loves freedom, which also includes the freedom to eat things other countries literally banned for potential safety reasons. Today, we're walking through actual foods, real brand name items that are restricted.
But hang on, we can get Pop-Tarts here. I used to eat Pop-Tarts at university all the time.
Reformulated, or outright banned in parts of Europe, but totally legal in the United States.
Different.
And yes, these are foods you've probably eaten this week. Let's get right into it.
These are Skittles from the USA, and these are Skittles from the UK. They look similar, but the American Skittles are made with artificial colors like red 40 and yellow number 5. When you pick up the UK version, it has colors with a bunch of codes there. Those gotta be bad codes, right? No. E162 is beetroots. E163 is purple derived from the skin of grapes. E160A is beta carotene, orange. E100 is turmeric root extract. You ain't seeing no fake artificial colors here. Ours contains bioengineered food ingredients from the GMO corn syrup. Theirs is not bioengineered, and it's made of glucose syrup.
One ingredient in Skittles that recently hit headlines is titanium dioxide. Europe banned titanium dioxide, an additive linked to potential DNA damage. The US, meanwhile, took one look at that and said, put it in the candy. We need it shiny. Skittles in the US used this to make the candy shell bright and smooth.
British versus American Skittles.
But aren't there other things they could use to make the candy shiny? Like, why does it have to be titanium? Isn't titanium a metal?
Okay, so we have British and we have the American. There is literally no difference in how they look. They look identical. There is definitely more flavour in the British, like more fruitiness.
This is an American Skittle with red dye number 3, a colorant restricted in Europe due to its harmful effects. And this is a European Skittle with no red dye colorant on it. Do you see any difference? No. So, if companies wanted to stop using this additive in the US, they would.
That's a good point. Why don't they just in America use the versions that we sell here that don't have the bad stuff? Could it be that much cheaper to use the bad stuff than the good stuff? Because I mean, I pay about, how much do I pay for a bag of Skittles? Maybe £1, so $1.20, $1.30. So it's about the same price.
Europe forced companies to remove or replace it. The US version kept the ingredient for years after Europe banned it. In 2022, a class action lawsuit was filed, claiming that Skittles were unfit for human consumption. The case was mysteriously dropped without explanation.
Why
in 2025,
was it dropped?
Mars announced it has ceased use of titanium dioxide in Skittles sold in the United States. Even though it's now removed, the bigger question still lingers. Why did it take a lawsuit, international pressure, and a global ingredient ban for the US to catch up? It's almost like America treats food regulations the same way it treats potholes. Ignore it until it becomes a headline. And Skittles is the perfect metaphor for the US food system. If it's colorful, fun, and profitable enough, the ingredient list becomes optional reading.
This is what the
Yeah, it's really confusing, guys, isn't it? Because I just don't think I'm paying more for Skittles in the UK than you would in America if you're American watching this. So why not just use our versions that have, the safer ingredients?
ingredients look like for Froot Loops in the US? And this is what it looks like in other countries. 2007 study found links between artificial food dyes and hyperactivity in children, which led to warning labels on the products and the food companies making healthier alternatives. But in the US, they decided the link wasn't strong enough, so that's how we've been left with a much less healthy version.
Froot Loops, the brightly colored cereal that makes the cereal aisle at Walmart look like a Las Vegas light show.
She's not going to eat all of this, is she? There's no way she's going to eat all these Froot Loops.
That is thanks to Red 40, Yellow 5, Yellow 6, and several dyes Europe forces companies to remove or put warning labels on. The European versions typically use natural colors like carrot and paprika extracts. Europe keeps it subtle. America keeps it neon. The cereal imparts an overall similar flavor, but a completely different visual experience. Europe decided decades ago that certain artificial dyes...
Yeah, our Froot Loops have way less color. That's another thing I remember now. Your guys in America, your Froot Loops are way more colorful.
...can affect children's behavior or attention. The US decided just to label them as part of a balanced breakfast. Have you ever compared American cereal to European versions while traveling? How shocking was the difference?
Big. Very big.
Do you know what's in those? They're full of artificial chemicals and sweeteners. Oh my God, I don't care. We are literally put on this earth to suffer and then turn into dirt.
Oh
my
God.
dirt will just have a little bit more carcinogens.
Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes are fluffy, frosted, decorated with sprinkles, and marketed as a holiday treat.
This is the only thing I get excited about for Christmas. It's 9:51 in the morning, and this is what I'm having for breakfast.
But peel back the plastic wrapper and you find...
Dude, do you really need 8 boxes? Come on.
A tiny science experiment disguised as dessert. These cakes contain artificial dyes like Red 40, Yellow 5, and Blue 1, the same dyes that Europe refuses to put in kids' snacks. The same dyes linked to hyperactivity and behavioral issues. Then there's TBHQ, a synthetic preservative added to extend shelf life. It keeps all the oils in these little cakes from turning rancid, which also means they could survive in a pantry longer than some of us keep houseplants alive. Europe says no thanks, but America says shelf life is patriotism. And for the grand finale, titanium dioxide, the same ingredient we discussed in the Skittles section.
I mean, I feel like these ingredients should be banned. Like, if there's an actual link to, illnesses and, mental conditions, why is it legal to sell stuff with this stuff in there? It just doesn't make any sense.
It's a perfect snapshot of the American food system. Make it colorful, make it cheap, make it addictive, and hope nobody flips the package over.
This is a large fry from the US, and this is a large fry from the UK. Now, what's different about these is this one has about 19 ingredients, and this one only has 4.
How does 19 ingredients? It's just potato, isn't it? I thought French fries were potato, the oil you fry it in, and some salt.
McDonald's fries used to be cooked in beef tallow, all natural with 3 ingredients: potato, salt, and beef tallow. Now we've got 19 ingredients in those fries.
McDonald's fries in Europe, literally potatoes, oil, and salt.
I'm at McDonald's in Germany. First off, I just want to say the fries here, they taste like real fries. They're a lot different than the ones in America.
McDonald's fries in America, a full cast list, including TBHQ, restricted in the EU due to potential health effects. Across Europe, they don't add a ton of preservatives because the potatoes aren't expected to survive the apocalypse.
3 weeks ago, my friend from California came here and we stopped at the McDonald's for the first time in my life. When I say first time in my life, to an American McDonald's. In Italy, I have plenty of McDonald's. The thing, if you look at the ingredients of the McDonald's fries in Italy, it's a few ingredients. If you look at the ingredients in America, it looks like I'm taking a pill.
Yeah, like what is sodium acid pyrophosphate doing in a French fry? Like, what is hydrogenized wheat and hydrogenized milk? Like, what is going on, guys? It's chips, French fries, it's potato.
Because of the amount of stuff there is in there. Anyway, I had fries. Now I understand why people love French fries at McDonald's. They are pretty tasty. They are pretty tasty until half an hour goes by.
Yeah.
Your body that is not used to the amount of processing of America starts telling you, what the hell did you just do? A few hours later, my toilet ceased to exist.
It's the same chain, the same logo, but the ingredients, two completely different universes.
Whoa.
Why do you think McDonald's keeps two totally different ingredient lists for the same product?
American, UK.
I will say American Fanta tastes way better than our Fanta. There's just something about it. Oh my God.
73 grams sugar, 22 grams of sugar. The color difference is crazy though.
It's more like citrus. It tastes like a vitamin C.
European Fanta is made with real fruit juice, up to 20% in some countries. The color comes from carrot and pumpkin extracts. It has 22.5 grams of sugar per bottle.
The difference between Italian Fanta and American Fanta, just look at the color. Yellow 8 dye and red 40 dye, absolutely no orange juice.
Dude, Red 40 features a lot in these foods, isn't it? They should just ban Red 40, shouldn't they?
Still sweet, still soda, but at least you know where the flavor comes from. The US version has a mouth-numbing 73 grams of sugar per bottle, sweetened with high fructose corn syrup. And that neon orange color, that's yellow 6 and red 40, the same dyes that Europe slaps with warning labels for potential behavioral effects in children. European Fanta looks like something you could pour at a picnic. US Fanta looks like something that should glow under a blacklight. And here's the wild part. Both products claim to be the same flavor, but Europeans are drinking orange soda. Americans are drinking an orange-themed illusion. If you've ever wondered why Fanta tastes totally different when you travel, this is why. 2 formulas, 2 sugar levels, and 2 very different definitions of orange.
Yeah, 73 grams of sugar in a bottle of soda this small is kind of crazy. I think the daily recommended allowance is 30 grams of sugar. So this is more than double.
What's really wild is how many dyes are in this. These are the Pop-Tarts brand's Frosted Wild Berry Toaster Pastries. We can see that they are using Red 40, Red 40 Lake, Blue 1 Lake, Blue 2, Yellow 5 Lake, and Yellow 6. I actually realized I missed one up here, Blue 2 Lake.
Take a classic. Frosted Strawberry Pop-Tarts. On the US box, it looks like warm, sugary nostalgia. But flip it over and read the ingredients, and suddenly it's less breakfast and more chemistry project America just shrugs at.
But they taste so good, to be fair. They taste so good, fresh out the toaster. Oh my God.
Pop-Tarts use artificial food dyes like red 40, yellow 6, and blue 1 to give that neon bright frosting and filling. They also contain TBHQ, a preservative used to make them last as long as possible. Do you think Pop-Tarts actually taste good, or is it pure nostalgia keeping them alive? Many of those same additives are heavily regulated or banned in parts of Europe. Several EU nations and EU-adjacent countries have banned or restricted dyes like red 40, yellow 6, or applied special labeling laws requiring warning labels about possible effects on children's behavior. That means Pop-Tarts in America might be a simple, nostalgic breakfast, but across Europe,
oh my God. I'm just looking at it thinking, get in my mouth.
Those exact same ingredients would trigger warnings, restricted sale, or outright bans depending on the country and dye lists in use. It's a perfect representation of how one pastry can live 2 completely different lives the moment global food policies get involved. According to Wikipedia, the following 3 flavors are the only ones available in Europe: Frosted Apple Blast, Frosted Chocolatastic, and Frosted Strawberry Sensation. If you're watching this from anywhere within Europe, drop a comment to let us know if this is still true today, and let us know which country you're commenting from.
I mean, in America, are there any sort of is there any push to ban these ingredients, the ones that have been linked to, behavioral issues in kids? Because if my kids are eating things that could give them ADHD and stuff, and they could easily remove these ingredients, I'd want them banned.
If foreign countries won't even import our chicken, why are we feeding it to our kids every single day? The US is one of the only countries in the developed world that allows chlorine-washed chicken. Processors rinse it in a chlorine solution to kill bacteria from overcrowded, unsanitary factory conditions. The European Union has banned it. Norway has banned it. Switzerland has banned it. Dozens of other countries refuse to import American chicken altogether. Other countries focus on raising healthier birds so they don't need chemical baths later. The US focuses on pumping out volume, then disinfecting it at the end. One system prevents contamination. The other treats it after the damage has already been done.
Europe bans it. Japan bans it. Canada watches nervously, but the US, Americans just shrug and eat it anyway. We're talking chlorine-washed chicken.
Is it proven to be bad though?
Poultry dipped in chemical baths to...
Because chlorine, in swimming pools, like we use chlorine to keep the water clean and we go in there, but I suppose we then wash the chlorine off, don't we?
Kill bacteria before it hits the supermarket shelf. Why? Because in America, the USDA allows it, and most consumers don't read the fine print or honestly don't even know. Critics argue it masks poor hygiene earlier in the supply chain rather than fixing it. It's allowed in small amounts, but many consumers don't realize they're essentially buying meat that's been chemically sanitized to survive shipping and storage. Some studies suggest repeated chemical washes may alter the taste or texture of the meat, leaving it rubbery or slightly off flavor. Contrast that with European chicken, raised under stricter hygiene laws and never dunked in chlorine. The takeaway? The same cut of meat, same bird, gets treated in two
Oh my god, what is that? That chicken looks, that doesn't look right. I mean, what? This looks like it's expired. Do not eat that.
entirely different ways depending on geography.
Oh my
If you're commenting
God.
from the US, have you noticed any funky smell, taste?
Why is it, first of all, why is it orange? And second of all, why is it feathery like that?
Or texture with chicken you've purchased lately? Let us know.
Oh my god, that
Europe
was
has
grim.
so many restrictions on the chemicals they could use in their food. I wish we did too. People, read your labels.
The US isn't just selling food. We're making food engineered for shelf life and convenience. From Skittles that use titanium dioxide, to Pop-Tarts with neon dyes, to chlorine-dipped chicken, the same item can mean two totally different realities depending on the country. Europe says some of this isn't food. America says it's breakfast, it's dinner, it's snack time, and it's profitable. This isn't just about taste. It's about regulation, culture, and priorities. One region of the world says safety and natural ingredients should be prioritized. Another says speed, convenience, and marketing first. Should America adopt European standards, or should we just accept this is how it is? And if you could change one aspect of American food, what would it be? Drop your answers in the comments. Let's start a conversation.
I think you got to ban these things that have been linked like with the diseases. I don't even think there should be a discussion around it really. Like if it's been linked to an illness, like conclusively without any shadow of a doubt, ban it. Like the titanium thing, why did it take so long for it to get banned? Like Red 40, why is it still being used in foods? Especially if there's an alternative that you can use that isn't linked to any of these conditions. If it's not, like if you can find a substitute for an ingredient that is completely safe and costs roughly the same to use as the dangerous one, I don't even know why they would even need to think about swapping it, or like would resist it or be reluctant to do it. Just, I don't know why they just don't do it. Like they must not really care about their customers' like safety really, like, because it just, I can't see why you wouldn't do it. If it's the only reasons they wouldn't do it, I guess, if it was a lot more expensive or the ingredient was harder to come by, but it can't be because here in Europe they do it, and I think Europe is roughly the same size as America, so I'm sure they could. Like, guys, what do you guys think? Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and if you did, check out this video right here and hit the join button below. See you there.